2 days ago, there was an event at the White House. What was the event?
It was the White House Hanukkah party.
White House Hanukkah party, okay? So this White House Hanukkah party, Adam was at, who were some of the people that were there? Lutnick, Mark Levin, the president.
Yeah, Howard Lutnick was there, Mark Levin.
Maybe put some of the pictures, Rob. So this is who? This is Mark
Maples,
Levin.
That was Mark Levin, and then that was actually one of Charlie Kirk's lawyers, my buddy Rob, great guy.
Who else you got? Go to the next
Marla
picture.
Maples was there. I didn't. Our friend Elizabeth Pipko was there. A lot of major influencers there. Emily Austin. There was actually so many people. They had a 3 o'clock and a 7 o'clock. So I was at the 7 o'clock one, and so it was at night. Marla Maples, gorgeous. My friend Elvira right there, Jim. It was an amazing time, and Trump was very gracious and amazing people.
At this event, Miriam Adelson, okay, who has a few dollars, pledged to give 250. Is this the video, Rob, of her saying it? She wants to give $250 million, okay, for one reason. If one thing is possible. You ready? Back up a little bit, Rob. Okay, go ahead, Rob. Here we go.
Israel.
Well, Mr. President, when you were in the Israeli parliament and you gave a speech and you saw me from far away, at that time I came with a scooter to the parliament just to hear you. I wanted to hear you alive. And then you say, Miriam Adelson, and I stood for a second, but it was so painful, so I sat. Then you screamed, Miriam, stand up! And I wish you would have known, but I stood up and heard all your compliment, and thank you very much.
I saw you back there standing.
Yeah, you saw me.
She stood
Thank
up
you.
bravely.
And now I met Alan Dershowitz, and he said the legal thing about 4 more years, and I said, Alan, I agree with you, so we can do it.
Oh my
Think
God.
about it.
Alan's
and
here someplace. Where's Alan?
Alan is here, or he had a flight? Alan is here?
So you can pause it right there. So she committed, pledged to $250 million if we can do 4 more years. And in Mark Levin, there's a scene with Mark Levin that he said the following. Rob, if you want to pull up that clip, this is Vinny's favorite. This is a scene of Mark Levin going around the president. Go ahead, Rob.
And these people do like Israel.
Hold on.
And he loves Israel too.
It's true.
Like 2 seconds.
Oh, look at him. He's manhandling him.
6 years ago, I was up here, and I said, this is our first Jewish president. It's true. Now he's the first Jewish president to serve 2.
Okay, so Mark Levin. Levin. So, that event's taking place. A bunch of things are happening. Adam, tell us the context of this event.
So, number one, with Miriam Adelson, let's understand that the media narrative doesn't understand one key word, sarcasm. Miriam Adelson is actually the only person who had a seat at the event. Paul Gosar, Representative Paul Gosar, if you ever see this, thank you. Actually, we were having a conversation. He goes, you want to come with me to the green room? We go into the green room. I meet Howard Lutnick, great guy. Steve Waitkoff's there, awesome people there. I'm talking with sort of like the who's who. Marla Maples all there. Everyone's standing. It's a packed room, 500 people. I'm up in the first 50 people in the row. And Miriam Adelson is sitting right there. And he's giving shout outs to everybody as if you're like, what up, what up, what up? And certain people he called up on the stage. Miriam Adelson, he calls up. She's sitting down. She comes up. It's sarcasm. If you play the clip that I actually sent, he basically said, she gave me $250 million, but we all know $250 ain't what it used to be. It's sarcasm. And even called out the fake news in the back. He goes, they're going to write about this. They're going to spin it. They're going to talk trash. It's sort of a joke. Now, do I think Trump is going to run in 2028? I don't. Are there people that would love to see it? I'm sure. He brought her on stage. If you give $250 million, you're going to get a little stage time. That's kind of how it works.
Of course.
So she was being sarcastic. He was being sarcastic. But the idiots in the back of the room, I guess, don't understand sarcasm and jokes. I don't think he's running again. But essentially what she was saying is, if you do, I'll cut the check. That's my opinion. You want to show that clip? Because you didn't play the initial part of it. When he goes, it's not what it used to be. He was talking about $250 million. Do you have that?
It's not what it used to be.
That's my goofy laugh. So, anyway, what he did say was, this is a woman who loved her husband deeply. They are from Israel, American Israelis. And here's what I'll say about Trump with Israel. Trump is a Christian.
Hold on, stop. Rob, can you play that clip really fast? Because Adam, when you say stuff like that with no proof, I have to prove it. Go ahead, go ahead.
And again, Christians, get out and vote just this time.
Are you ready for this, Adam? Stay tuned.
You won't have to do it anymore. 4 more years, you know what? It'll be fixed. It'll be fine. You won't have to vote anymore, my beautiful Christians. I love you, Christians. I'm a Christian. I love you. Get out.
Can you wait, play that part again? Rewind. Rewind.
I love you, Christians. I'm a Christian.
I'm not Christian.
I love you. Get
Stop
out.
it.
So,
Adam, he's not Christian.
So what religion is Trump, Vinny?
He doesn't have a religion. He doesn't
He's
have a religion.
Presbyterian.
Adam,
Google it.
hold on a second.
Okay.
He just said, to prove you wrong,
Okay.
I'm not Christian, and you're still going to defend that he's a Christian.
Trump was raised Presbyterian, but now identifies as non-denominational Christian.
He just said I'm not a.
So should I trust what
You're on
Trump
Wikipedia
has?
or ChatGPT?
Okay.
It came out of his mouth. Go ahead, Adam.
Okay.
Adam, can you just say you're wrong?
So what do you think he is? Tough guy?
I don't know. I'm very tough.
What do you think he is?
Adam.
He was raised in a Presbyterian church.
Am I taking crazy
just because
pills?
he doesn't?
He says
just
I'm not
because he's
Christian.
not as Christian as you would like him to be.
No.
What do you think he is?
You're defending something that just came out of someone's mouth. Continue with your story. I'll sit back.
Well,
I'll sit back.
What was the question?
Vinny,
I turned
get
my
off
headphones
your
off.
get off your high horse.
Okay, my
if
high
people aren't as Christian as you would like them to be,
Now you see how the argument just changed? I just proved you wrong, and now you're making it about me. Continue with your
how
story.
did you prove me wrong?
He's not Christian.
Because he's Presbyterian.
Adam, we ChatGPT'd it. You think he prays to Jesus Christ and he's given himself to God?
I don't know.
Adam, just go with the story.
I don't know.
I just proved you
but
wrong.
I don't know. No, you don't. You're doing the Candace thing. You're just throwing bullshit
now it's
out
Candace. Now it's Candace. I just showed you.
Vinny, I get it. You got a cool shirt. Relax. Here's the deal.
I want everybody to understand what's happening right now.
Trump is a Christian.
It's so funny.
Who is very, very friendly with Jews.
Okay.
And I'll tell you why if you shut up for a second.
You're wrong.
He told a story about his dad.
Okay.
You ever hear this story? Or just want to pretend that you do? He told a story about his dad, who was his role model. He said he would go around with him all around town trying to look into property. Manhattan was way more expensive than Brooklyn and Queens, and he'd go around meeting all these people. And he said some of his dad's closest friends were Jewish people. And because Trump such admired his dad, they were very close with Jewish people. He said there, I'm not Jewish, but yeah, I'd love you guys, basically. So I don't know if you're inferring that he's a different religion than he has been his entire life. The problem that you're basically identifying is he is Christian, Presbyterian, however you want to frame it, that is friends with the Jews. And that is exactly what he said, word for word. That's it.
The words that I heard, Adam, was, I'm not a Christian.
Tom, do you have any thoughts on this?
I just bought VinnyHasTheAnswer.com,
Yeah.
so
Nobody's subscribing.
I'm gonna.
All right.
Look,
Do you think Trump is Christian?
yes, yes, I do. When he says I'm not a Christian, I don't understand the context.
And he says he's not going to heaven, but go ahead.
Well, you know
Go
what?
ahead.
This is a guy that talks about faith, talks about things, you know, and what he says for himself, he says for himself. But he's surrounded with an awful lot of people that are of faith, that pray over him and talk with him. So I have a hard time believing that in his heart of hearts, there's zero there. I don't believe that. You know, is he up there on stage proclaiming and giving, you know, homilies or, you know, devotionals? No. But I have a hard time believing that there's nothing there. I hear what he says. I understand what you're saying. I hear what Adam's saying. And how can you go through what he's gone through, nearly getting shot and everything, and not have some level of faith or understanding about that higher power?
Fully agree with Tom.
I think that moment made him go, oh my goodness. Yeah, I'm not denying none of that. I'm not saying, which Adam, you're inferring that I'm thinking he's not as Christian as me. That's BS. What I'm saying is, when a guy says he's not Christian, says he's not going to heaven, okay, and I don't care about the Jewish angle, I'm saying words that come out of his mouth. If Pat right now says, you know, I'm a murderer, okay? I killed people. And then you say, no, he's not. And I show you a clip of Pat going, I am a murderer, I've killed people. Who's right and who's wrong? He said it. I'm not Christian.
Okay. Well,
I'm not going to heaven.
I'm sure we can find multiple clips of him being a man of faith.
Adam, you
so
don't
you're
think-
taking one clip,
I don't think.
and then you're just using this as your narrative.
Not one clip. It's a
I
word.
respect the
right.
fact that you frame it and just say, in my opinion. To say it as fact is absolute BS.
Okay. All right. Let's
Do you
move
think
on.
he's a Christian, Pat?
I think, at the Turning Point USA event when he said his Lord and Savior. He said to
Meaning
Charlie,
what, Pat?
His Lord. Not mine, but his
Charlie's.
Lord. Charlie's Lord and Savior.
Come on, man.
And I don't know if, he grew up going to the Norman Vincent Peale Church, the Power of Positive Thinking Church, which was a very well-known one in New York, that he would go to and listen to his message, because Norman Vincent Peale was more like a motivational speaker. He was like the old school 50 years ago's, what do you call it? Who's the guy from Houston? Joel Osteen.
Joel Osteen.
He was like the OG Joel Osteen. He was such a great speaker from stage, great orator, and he used to go there to New York to listen to this guy. He passed away in 93, which is 32 years ago. So this is the era he comes from, and this guy was phenomenal. If you've never read the book, The Power of Positive Thinking, you should. I don't know whether he is or not. I can only tell you what I've heard him say. And to me, I don't know. I think he is a extreme professional politician. In that scene, when I'm looking at that, I would be very uncomfortable if somebody put their arms around me like that. Jennifer would be like, somebody go whisper to that man, take your arms over the guy's shoulders.
Yeah.
Like, I don't like that. But the president was gracious where he allowed that thing to happen. And even though Mark crossed the line a little bit, you don't do that publicly. You can do that privately with no camera being on if there's that kind of a relationship. You don't ever do that publicly with the camera being on because the enemy's watching. I'm just not a fan of that behavior. That makes me uncomfortable, but maybe that's just me and nobody else was even thinking about that. I don't like you putting your arms around the president and shaking him that way. That's not your position to do something like that. Off camera, do it on camera. I don't like that. But all the other stuff, listen, you got to give this guy credit. Yep. He went to Detroit and got Muslims to endorse him.
Yep.
He went and got Jews. He went and got the freaking Teamster president in 121 years. They've never, ever gone to the RNC. Okay, Sean O'Brien. And he had the audacity to allow the guy to speak, and he got up and trashed capitalism. This is a very different kind of a guy. He's not everybody's guy. But maybe at a time like this, you need a guy like him to lead because, to do and deal with all the shit that's going on, you need a little bit of cutthroat mentality. And he's got it. Trust me, like when you think about certain people, Mike Huckabee, is he a good guy? He's probably a good guy. Raised a good daughter who became a governor. Yes, he's probably a good guy. Do I want him as a president? No. Why not? You're not cutthroat enough for me. Because, these rooms, you have to be able to have one conversation, you're being diplomatic. Next conversation, we got to make a tough call. So, I don't know. I think the profile of who he is as a leader, I'm very happy with him. I saw a lot of messages this week with the president has lost it. I'm so disappointed in him. I'm so disappointed in what he's doing. He is exactly what, I didn't vote for it. I voted for. Okay, bro, relax.
Yeah,
pump the brakes. Yeah, you go ahead and have Kamala your president today. Go ahead. Go ahead and have Biden be your president today. No, I think he's the right guy for the job today. And at $250 million, I do think it was a 50-50 joke. Meaning, I do think 50%, if she could, she would do it.
Oh, she would.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying
give
to you.
The money. I don't think he's running
I know,
again. Yes.
but it's 50-50. No, he's not running again, not because... You think he's not running again because he doesn't want to run again, or do you think he's not running again because he can't?
Because of the law.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, I was actually literally standing next to Alan Dershowitz when he called him out, and Alan actually just left the room.
Yeah.
But can I just agree with you in a second?
Yeah.
There's a lot of people out there that are trying to make their name, trying to tear down Trump, whether that's on the left or even that's on the woke right, as they call it. Here's what I'll give you my opinion. We were all fed a bowl of lies that Trump is a Russian asset, he doesn't love America, that he's selfish, he's all doing this for the real estate. Being in the White House was an incredible honor. Being around Trump and his orbit was incredible. The man loves America. There's no one more engaging and friendly and cool and fun that's playful but also serious. He gives this amazing speech, has fun, it's a party. The next day goes out and crushes this 20-minute speech talking about how America is going to be great again and 2026 is going to be the greatest years of our lives. And talking about the Olympics and talking about the World Cup and talking about America's 250th birthday. The man is a badass. He's a hard hat everyman billionaire. That's very hard to do. To be able to put on a hard hat and talk to every single guy out there, but also be a billionaire and not be detached from the average guy's, affordability issues is a very unique quality. And as someone that did not like Trump 10 years ago, I'm a massive fan. And I think most people should wake up and realize the guy's the best president of our generation.
Yeah, there you go. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Sounds good. Let's go to the next one here. Vinny's got a special announcement that I want Vinny to share with you guys. Go ahead, Vinny.
So guys, as you guys know, the Faith Over Fear line, we had the Faith Over Fear shirt. We just came out. This just come out. It's live right now. Pat wore this yesterday. It's a Faith Over Fear hat. I'm trying to figure out, we have the symbol here. We have the cross here. Hebrews 11, 1 on the back.
Rob, can you click on the hat and show the pictures?
Yeah, let everybody see this. Guys, it's embroidered. By the way,
it's sick.
I only wear Yankee hats. Oh, yeah, so I only wear Yankee hats. But guys, you can see the future looks bright on the bottom. This is stitched. Hebrews 11, 1, that. And then the cross on the side. Like I said, I only wear Yankee hats, but
It's 3D embroidery.
Yo, no, it's ridiculous. And I just want, this is, every time something like this happens, the hats finally come in, we're at a pivotal place where right now, with everything that's happening with Christians in Nigeria, as you're seeing what's happening in Europe, you're seeing what's happening in Australia, the enemy wants us to be afraid. I don't know if you guys saw this. Australia, France, Germany, they just canceled all their Christmas celebrations, all their freaking New Year's stuff because they're afraid. I'm telling you guys right now, I've said this before. In the Bible, 365 times it says, do not fear, okay? Just have faith. And when it comes to having faith in Christ, there's one story that I want to say, and you know this. In Matthew chapter 20, I think verse 9, or 9, verse 20 to 22, there's Jesus is walking through Galilee, and he's healing people. People are touching him and grabbing him, and he's just trying to get through the crowd. And there was a woman that had an issue of bleeding for 12 years. They believe it was like a menstrual situation. She says to herself, and this is in scripture, all I have to do is touch the hem of his robe and I'll be healed, okay? So she crawls through this crowd and she just reaches and touches a string that's hanging off Jesus' robe, and he stops in the crowd and he goes, who touched me, all right? And Peter and everybody's like, Jesus, everybody's touching. He goes, no. Who touched me? He said he felt the power leave his body, and he looks, and the woman is on the floor, instantly healed, and she's crying, Pat, and she stands up and she goes, Jesus, you healed me. And he looks at her and goes, I didn't heal you. It was your faith that healed you. Think about that. Think about that.
It's powerful.
Just touching his clothes, and she was healed, and that's belief. And I want to say one last thing. When Jesus was in Nazareth, he was powerless. He couldn't do any miracles, and you know why? He said because it was their disbelief, because they didn't believe. So your faith is what creates the miracles in your life. And I think this hat is that message. And this is letting everybody know, I'm not afraid. We're not afraid. I'm a Christian. I wear it proud, and I want people to know that. And yeah, that's it. And it's live right now.
I love it. And you know, you can go to vtmerch.com, place the order, get the hat, get the shirt, get the shoe. All of those we'll put over there for you. Yesterday, I had these pastors that flew in from Australia, and he said the most powerful line. Two pastors, the guy's from Egypt. His name is Martin Cedro, and his wife Millicent. And he says, when I was a kid, and my dad and I were talking about becoming a pastor one day, he says, my father told us one thing. If you want to be a pastor, you can't fear. If you fear, don't be a pastor. One doesn't go without the other. You have to be very strong about your faith that you have. So for those of you that are comfortable this Christmas season, New Year's season, going into 2026 with faith, put that on, walk around. You'd be amazed how many people stop by and say, hey, man, I'm with you. Hey, man, I'm with you. I love the stories of just winks with people that are, you know, fans of the show, or, you know, they're looking at each other like, man, you're also Future Looks Bright. You're also Faith Over Fear. You're also Valuetainment. Me too. I'm one as well. So go place the order, or 2 or 3, and gift it to some of the people in your community. If you enjoyed this video, you want to watch more videos like this, click here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast, click here.